So here's the finished result. Can't even tell really that there's a cover over that lens. Welcome to Any Given Sunday. Today what we're going to be doing is some headlight protection on my 968. It can be translated to a 911 too, I suppose, because obviously both have got very expensive headlights. I'm using a product called Skinz made by Alltrax. What I'll do is I'll put a link in the first comment and in the description to Amazon. I actually bought it from a local parts supplier and paid $20 too much. So if you've got free shipping with Amazon, definitely the place to buy it. I've also had some interest on how I tinted my driving lights or the fog lights on my 968. Again, that could be translated to a 911. So let's get into it, have a look at the products I've got and show you how I fitted them. So this is the kit that I've got, made by Alltrax. You can get this on Amazon about $20 cheaper than you can from your local parts supplier. For the fog lights, I've got this tint for Vivid. So it makes them sort of look like that Euro spec type fog light. This is actually 1.5 mil thick, so it's not like the, like these wraps. It's a very thin material. I had been covering my headlights with another tint. I'm going to take that off because it looks a bit crap, but anyway. So this is what it looks like on the car. So that's the fog light. That's actually the wrap. A fairly easy process to get to that light. Just undo this screw and that'll give you access to the screws in behind the park light, or the fog light I should say. Fairly easy process, and I would imagine it's very similar to a 911, 993, 964. So like I said, just this screw out here. Be careful with these when you tighten them up too, because if you do it up too tight, you'll crack your lens. And it's just a matter of popping your globe out. Just a couple of little prongs, little prong there. Same side and same on the other side. Pop it out, indicator off. And that gives you access to this screw. Unscrew that one. Jack, get out of it. Same deal. Just pop that one out. That's out. That's been wrapped, as you can see here. And I'll show you how to do that later. For the 968, I'm going to pop up the headlights. Obviously, with the 911, you don't have such luxuries, so your headlights are probably already popped up. This is 968 specific, obviously. I'll show you how to pull this headlight so you can move it forward for easier access. Just pull this little lever out. It can be a little bit stiff. Hold it out. Lift the headlight up, and it's got a little stopper in the back that stops it going back down. I'll show you how to take this cover off without breaking it. Someone else has had a go at it. Mine's got a crack in it, but there is a way to take these off without breaking them. Once the headlight's up, you've got 3 screws to remove the cover. So you've got one on the top and one at each side. Unscrew those. I have got a special little washer, and I'll show you what that is. Don't lose it. Watch me lose it. Sort of sticks in there. It doesn't help if it's cracked. Let's see if you can see that. Little tiny, like, recessed washer. Don't lose those. Now this is a tricky bit for a 968. So what you do is you lift this cover up carefully, so it just clears the bottom, and then you take it towards the back, and there's a little recess that those little wings will drop into. Just lift those up carefully, one each side. Like, it's scary, because I hate to think what these things cost. You get those little tangs out, just slide them in the back here. So put it back on, same deal, slide it in the back, around the back of the headlight surround or support. Like it's a fiddle. I can imagine the engineer that did this. I'll get those Aussies with this. lets it back. So as you can see, it's not particularly easy. Don't know whether you can see that, but I just got a biro and just traced around the headlight cover like that. So out of the two pieces, you can get 4 headlights. So it's going to work out well. What I've ended up with are these two shapes here. I guess you call them circles. As I said, I'm going to try and make up that little section just to cover the bottom of the headlight. There's going to be a join. As I said, these are, what are they, 200 mil by 450, so it doesn't quite fit the 968. So maybe just check the headlights on a 911. I'm not exactly sure what they are. Also, it might pay to put something soft down to sit them on, because that side of it is the clear. I think I've already scratched it, so just be careful with that. And it's self-healing too, apparently, so that's a good thing, and I suppose we'll see. Now we'll get to put it on, and I'll make up the bottom sections. Then you've got to peel that blue backing off the cover itself, wet that and apply it. Okay, so this is the end result. What you can't do with this particular headlight protector is wrap it around the edges. So I don't know whether it'll come up on the camera, but there's a really fine edge. The soap thing or instruction just does not work. As you can see how thick that product is. So, it's obviously going to protect the face of the headlight, but these obviously, they've got the exposed sides. So knowing my luck, what's going to happen. That's the other one. It is very good. Like, you can't see it at all. So yeah, not bad at all. And I'm going to do the same thing to the fog light. I've taken the wrap off. I'm going to reapply the yellow wrap to it. Found it easier if you just cut out to rough shape. Then you get a very sharp Stanley knife like this one, and stick it on and then just cut around the edge. That's the easiest and the quickest way to do it, rather than worrying about the soap trick, because believe me, the soap trick does not work. So that literally took a quarter of the time is what it did to do the headlight. So yeah, just stick it on, no soap or anything, and just get the knife and just cut it around the edge. And yeah, now I'll wrap it. What I found was the easiest with this was to actually mount the light in a vise. Don't crush the thing, for God's sake. It's fairly steady. So I just stick that on, bit of heat. Don't worry about it wrinkling around the corners too much, because that's all behind the panel of the car anyway. Or behind the bumper, I should say. So once you've got it nice and smooth, give it a good heat around the outside. So I'm going to cut all this excess off anyway. Goes cold pretty quick. So it's just a matter of working it around and stretching it as you go. Then when it's cool, it's just a matter of trimming off the excess around the base. Up. Cools down fairly quickly. So the hotter it is, the better actually. Just don't melt your light. So they have to sit for a few minutes and trim the excess off. So here's the finished result. Can't even tell really that there's a cover over that lens. I'm on the side, maybe just here, you can see it. It's pretty good actually. And there's my join. Because there's like those lines in the glass, you can't see it. You can't see the one on the fogs at all. So that's completely on. Just see the lip there. So yeah, overall, pretty happy with that. you've made it this far, thanks for watching. And as I said, if you're interested in any of those products like the headlight protector or the wrap, I'll put both the links in the description below. Got some value out of the video, give us a thumbs up, much appreciated. Better still, subscribe, and catch you on the next one.